Hi, welcome to the channel. So if you're new here, my name's Emma, this is Destination FBA and I sell on Amazon via the Amazon FBA program. I also upload regular videos to this channel, just offering advice, general information to other people that are selling as well. I do try and cover a variety of different topics, but if there is anything specific you need help with, any advice you're after, please do let me know. I'll do my very best to help you out. So when it comes to selling on Amazon, there's a lot you need to bear in mind, and there's a lot of things that could hurt your business if you don't give it the time and the attention needed. So I just wanted to go through a few of these with you today, share some of the top things that could hurt your Amazon business. So firstly, we've got being impatient. So if you want to sell on Amazon, you're going to need to have some patience. You can't just start up, expect to be making thousands overnight. This just won't happen. It is not a quick get rich scheme. Building up any business, it takes time, it takes hard work. You need to have dedication, you need to have commitment, and above everything else, you must have patience. You just need to follow the process, you need to trust in it, and assuming you're following everything step by step, in time you'll see the potential you have to take this to the next level. Now, patience is also really important when it comes to actually selling those products. So if you're on a listing with lots of other sellers, you've got a decision to make. So do you drop that price down, try and compete with them, win the buy box, or do you hold out, sit on that stock until they've run out of stock themselves? Now, if you can wait for them to sell out, you should be able to sell at a higher price, making more profit. So this is always the better option. If you can afford to sit on that stock, just wait a little bit longer. Now, another issue would be not having enough cash flow. So you are going to need some money to invest. Now, as with any other business, you can need a little bit of money behind you just to get started. Now, I've seen lots of people saying that you need a minimum of £5,000 to start with Amazon, but this really is not the case at all. Now, you can start with just a few £100s, but obviously the lesser amount you start with, the longer it will take to build to start compounding that income. So I actually started myself with £1,000. I bought lots of stock in the January sales, and over the course of that first year I did £60,000 in sales and I made around £11,000 profit. So don't believe those that tell you need a minimum of £5,000. This really is not the case. So once you've made that initial investment, you've got stock sat on Amazon shelves, you may very quickly find that you're having trouble with that cash flow. So this is where it's really important that you keep an eye on that pricing. So you need to be competitively enough priced that you're getting those sales, you're winning the buy box, but you also need to make sure you are remaining profitable. Now this might mean you just can't afford to sit on that stock waiting for the competition to sell out. So what I would recommend is you get a repricing software like Profit Protector Pro. You look through all the different strategies. There are certain ones like the Super Aggressive Dominator that will help you out in situations like this. Now you could look at getting a credit card just for short-term use, just to help you out with that cash flow. But if you do this, I would say make sure you pay it off in full every time you get a disbursement. You don't want to be losing money because you are paying high interest rates. Now another thing you could do to help against any potential cash flow issues is request daily disbursements. So you can do this really quickly, really easy through the app. It'll just help to keep a steady flow of money going into your bank account. Now you also need to make sure you're fully aware of all of your costings. So before we send any item into Amazon, we know exactly what it's going to cost us in fees because the Amazon Seller app gives us all this information. But do remember you've got extra fees on top as well. So you've got things like your boxes, your polybags, your tape, your shipping costs. It all needs to be accounted for. It's really important you write all this down, you take it all into account just to be sure you are actually making a profit. Now you also need to bear in mind any other expenses as well, so things like softwares, any insurance, any accountancy fees. Again, it all needs to be accounted for, it all needs to be written down. If you don't have a proper record of all those expenses, how can you know that you're truly making a profit? So the next thing that could really hurt your business is purchasing many bad deals. So the idea of FBA is to buy at a low price, sell at a much higher price, so you're making a significant profit, significant return on investment. Now it doesn't matter what the item is, you need to make sure the price is right for every single product you purchase. Now I would really recommend you get yourself a good deal analyzer software, and for myself this is the one piece of software I really couldn't manage my business without. It really helps to reduce the risk of those bad buys. Now it can be very easy to make a bad decision without the right software, and this could really wipe out all your cash flow, cause you much bigger problems later on. Investing that money into items that won't sell or you can't sell for whatever reason could stop your business in its tracks before you've properly got started. So for this I would recommend Buybot Pro, which has got a great mobile app. It's called Buybot Go. So it doesn't matter if I'm doing online arbitrage or retail arbitrage, this is perfect for both. And within the settings I can set a minimum criteria, so a minimum profit margin, minimum return on investment that I want to get, and this will provide me with a deal analysis score. Now another great feature on this is the IP radar, so if it's shown red like on this image, we know there are previous known IP issues. Stay away from any item like this, they are really not worth the risk they can cause to your account. Now getting an IP issue could cause your account to be suspended. While that account is suspended, you won't be able to do anything with it, so you won't be able to send in any new shipments, you won't be able to make any sales, you won't be able to withdraw any funds owed to you either. There is so much information you need to be checking when you're doing that analysing, and BuyBot Pro is perfect for this. So you want to make sure the item offers a good profit, good return on investment, but you want to be sure on that BSR as well, how the sales are doing, what's that competition looking like, and how can you compete on that pricing? Can you even sell the item? Is Amazon on the listing? If they are on the listing, do they even share that buy box? It's not as easy as just finding a cheap item, sending it in. You need to analyse every single item before you make any purchases. Now we also need to make sure we're keeping an eye on those stock levels. So there is nothing worse than finding a great item that's got a really good return, it's got really great sales, just for you to let yourself run out of stock. Try and keep those great items well stocked, or you'll just be losing out on all those sales. Now I'd say for replenishable items, you need to try and make sure you keep 30 to 60 days of stock in at any one time, and having good stock levels is going to help you to win that buy box as well. Now on the other extreme, you could find you're overstocking inventory, and this isn't good for you either. So remember that Amazon charges you storage fees for every single item sat on their shelves, and once those items have been there for 365 days, they will start charging you long-term storage fees as well. If it gets to a point where those items just aren't selling, create a removal order, get them back, try and sell them elsewhere, get some of that investment back so you can purchase more stock. You don't want anything sat on Amazon shelves that's costing you money. Now again, that analysis is a really important part of this, so you need to be checking all that sales data, check all the historical data charts as well. Try and use this to just gauge how much stock you need to be sending in, and if you're not sure, just send in a few units, see how they go before you send in more. You just don't want stock sat there doing nothing, you don't want stock sat there that is costing you money. Not only is it going to cost you in those storage fees, but it's going to tie up that cash flow. This could cause you further issues later down the line. Now you also need to make sure you are not giving bad customer service. Now this one really goes without saying, it doesn't matter what business you're in, you should always aim to give the best customer service you possibly can. So make sure you reply to that customer promptly within 24 hours, make sure you're dealing with them professionally as well. If a customer has a problem or a complaint, always do whatever you can to put it right. Now this could make the difference between a future sale, it can make all the difference to that feedback as well. Now account health is a really important part of your business, so you need to make sure you're only getting good positive feedback. Do whatever you can to keep your customers happy, resolve any issues they might have. So it's really important you bear in mind all the things I just mentioned. So patience is a really important part in running any Amazon business, as is having the right capital to get you started, to keep the business rolling. Be sure you know exactly what those outgoings are so you can be 100% confident that you are making a profit. Make sure all those deals are properly analysed to reduce the risk of bad buys, make sure you're keeping the right stock levels, and make sure you are giving good customer service. If you can follow all these points, they can make a big difference to just how things work for you, so just always keep them in the back of your mind. Now if you have any questions at all, any comments, please pop them below, or you can jump in our Facebook group as well, which I'll pop a link to below also. So thank you as always for watching. Please do click that like button if this has helped you in any way at all. Click that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this in the future. So that is all from me today, but again, thank you for watching, take care, and I will see you very soon.